Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a new document. Okay, so we're going to click new. You saw this before, and we're going to go to Google Docs. Okay, so when we click it, it gives us a new tab, and this is what the Google Docs template looks like. Okay, you'll see it's very similar to Word, but obviously just not as many things are in there. So we're just waiting for that to come through. You'll know it's done because everything will come up black. So first thing that we're going to call this document is, let's call it all you need to do is go to the top where it says untitled document and label it as something. So trading on Google Docs. Okay, and there you go. So now we've just named it, and you'll see here it says all changes saved in Drive. So that's what I said before, about every 30 seconds it updates itself and will save, so you've always got the most up-to-date version. You also remember me saying that you will get emails from the HVS website, which is on the HVS email address, which is here. So that one is Hermosa Valley School, CR, Costa Rica, at, okay, like I said, my computer's tired. It does this weird thing all the time. So you have to bear with me. And now it's just gone to Spanish, so I'm just going to change that. And let's see if I can do this. Yeah. At gmail.com. So that's the email address. It should come through into your email. So I've just highlighted it as I would in Word. I make it slightly bigger, make it smaller. It doesn't fit on the width. You've got your fonts that you can change it to. So the most common one that we use. Oh, we might have to import the fonts. So here what we need to do. Century Gothic isn't on there. So we're going to add more fonts. So if we press more fonts there, and all we need to do is type in the font that we want. So Century should be in there, Century Gothic. So you'll see it's there. Click on the font, press OK. And now what happens is that Century Gothic is there and it changes it automatically. If we go into that drop-down list, you'll see that it's been added now. So Century Gothic will be remembered in your Google Drive forever. So that's the email address, and of course, you can make it bolder, italics, change the color. You can highlight it, right? And so on and so forth. And of course, if you want to undo anything, go to the undo button, press all those again. Okay. And you'll see, did you see where it said saving at the top there? It just saves everything. And then, of course, you've got your bullet points. So remember to log in. Remember to use Google Docs, which is similar to Word. Okay. And it's the best thing to do is just to play around with it. Okay. Just to play around with it and see what comes up for you. One of the features in here is if you wanted to draw something and add it into your document. So what we can do is you can insert images, you can insert a table if you needed to. So you can custom make your table just like kind of Word. You can put charts in there if you needed to. At the moment, we're just going to insert a drawing because that's quite a useful thing that people might need. So, for example, you might want to put a text box in something. So I might be doing something math related and I want to create something a bit different. So I'm just going to show you how this creates an image or a drawing for you. So I'm going to put a text box down. I'm going to put a question there. 5 multiplied by 3 equals, okay? Now, same features as before. I'm going to put it Century Gothic. I'm going to make it, so this one where it says more just brings down different options for you. I'm going to make it bold. I want it in the center of the box. I also want it not only in the center as in from the top down, I want it in the middle of the box, okay? I also want it in a nice shape, so I'm going to go to my shapes. I'm going to choose a shape that looks quite interesting. I like a good dodecagon. And I'm going to draw my dodecagon, okay? So at the moment, the layering is off because the dodecagon has just covered up what I wrote there before. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click on it. And I'm just going to change the order, so to make it go backwards. So send to back, okay? And there's my question there. Now, I don't think my writing's big enough, so I've just clicked it. I'm going to highlight it and going to make it size 36, okay? And then adjust it to wherever it is I need to. So make it in the center. So what's happened now is I've created this drawing. There are lots of things that I can do. I can download it as a picture. So a JPEG is a picture file, a PNG is a picture file, okay? And we're all used to using PDFs. So that's just like, in fact, let's just not go into that right now. Right, so you can save it as a picture or PNG, okay? Most of us probably won't do that. Most of us will just save it and put it into the document, okay? And there you go, there it is. And you can do that for as many images as you wanted to. If I wanted to duplicate it, so just right click, copy it, and then paste it. Okay, and there you go, they're side by side. And that's just obviously my own picture that I've created. Another thing that you can do is obviously you could go to the internet and let's decide that we want a picture of a times tables. I'm really big on the times tables at the moment with grade 5. So times tables, let's see if there's a nice image somewhere. So go to images. And this looks quite good, but it only goes up to 10 times 10, which really annoys me. This one goes up to 12 times 12, but it looks boring. Oh, is there nothing fun out there? Okay, you can't argue with that, but that's Wiley's work. Let's just go to this. It looks pretty. So I'm going to right click it, copy the image, and then I'm going to go back to this document and I'm going to right click again and paste it into my document. Okay, that's pretty easy to do. If I wanted to do something different to the document, so I could actually go back and insert my drawing, what I would have to do with this is I would have to go onto it. You get better quality if you actually go onto the picture. So I'm going to, it's taking me to the curriculum. I'm going to right click and this time I'm going to save image as. Okay, so save image as, or you could go to copy image. So let's just go to copy image. And then you can paste it. So you have to press the Control V to paste the document in there. Right, and there it is. Now I might want to add some more writing to this. So get another text box out, go underneath, and then I might want to put write down as many answers as you can find in this picture. Okay. I'm just going to leave it like that, save and close, and once it's saved, then I'll get the new one and I get the writing that I've attached with it. And this becomes one document and I can shrink it as necessary or make it bigger. Okay, so the best thing to do is to play around with it. What I've found is there's a really cool function. You can get an add-on, and you can actually have a translation on there as well if you wanted to. So this is really quite cool because you can add certain things on there if you wanted to. But the best thing to do, like I said, is just to play around with it.